learned to splice a line when I was younger from my dad, and that skill is sort of a dying art. It used to be pretty common. Every line in a boat was 3-strand, and everybody could do a quick 3-strand splice. And that kind of went away with modern cordage. Now you're gonna have to have a little bit more time invested into learning the other splices, so it falls to a rigger. I always enjoyed that. No matter how modern a sailboat gets, when you're doing like rope splicing and stuff, it always sort of reminds me of, you know, ties me to, like, you know, sailors of old on the square riggers. Still, you know, the old-fashioned sailing techniques, splicing techniques. They lived by cordage, you know. I mean, everything was held up by hemp or manila. That's why Popeye the Sailor in the cartoon has those giant forearms. Sailors back then always working with rope and knots. They had really powerful forearms. And later I learned to do the more modern splices. So once people know you know how to do them, all your friends with boats start asking you to do, hey, I want to replace the lines on my mainsail traveler, and I want to do a splice to the beckets, or I want a nice halyard splice, I want to just tie a bowl in it or something.
And not just 3-strand.
This is double braid,
yeah,
right, which is a lot harder, and most people don't even want to get into it.
Yeah.
So, you know, rope splicing is only one element of rigging. Obviously, this has nothing to do with rope splicing.
Yeah, but it's for you. It started with 3-strand, and then on to double braid, and
yep. Yeah, your first splice you typically learn is 3-strand eye splice, and then, you know, back splice and things like that. And then you realize, well, none of the ropes we use anymore, even dock lines are double braid half the time. So I taught myself how to do those, and I understand rig tuning. I used to tune motorcycle engines and chassis at the pro level. So there's a little bit of black art to that. Tuning a rig, it's very much a three-dimensional exercise, very dynamic. One thing affecting another. And then you got just, you know, tuning to keep the rig straight, and then you've got tuning the sail shape a little bit more advanced when you start tweaking things for different wind conditions. Some people, it's just, I guess, it's a very intimidating process because there's so much going on. It's not a nice linear progression. It's you tighten this wire and it's doing this, plus it's also doing that, and it's affecting this wire. And you kind of got to be able to think in 3 dimensions.
wow.
So apparently I had a knack for it, I guess. So I decided, okay, I wanted to start a new career that would allow me to live where I wanted to live. Wouldn't, you know, wouldn't force me to live in a city where I wasn't happy or whatever. So I chose rigging.